All right, welcome in everybody to another video on the Taidu Shakachi channel. I am joined with a very special guest here, my very own student Haoyu Zhao. Welcome in.
Hi, I'm glad to
And
be here.
so you've done amazing work over the past, what's been 5 years together, working through not only your undergraduate degree at Berklee College of Music, but also all the stuff you've been doing with Shakuhachi. So can you give people a brief introduction on who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Haoyu Zhao, and I'm a composer, performer. I just graduated from Berklee College of Music, majoring in music composition and also film scoring, double major. And I've been studying with Strong for 5 years,
Yeah.
and yeah, I've reached to Jun Shihan level, and
Mhm.
yeah, I'm doing a lot of concert music works, film works, and I'm arranging a lot of shakuhachi music, and trying to like create a new repertoire for shakuhachi.
Yeah, and it's desperately needed as well. So for all those composers out there, please write lots of music for Shakahachi.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the really, I think we've talked about this too. It's like one of the things that really gets an instrument to continue having a life is also to continue having new music being written for it.
yeah, definitely.
And so, in addition to being a wonderful composer, you're also a fantastic shakuhachi player. You are a shihan now, and you're starting to teach some students. You're doing performances. You went to do a couple competitions and stuff. And the next step for you is really exciting because you're actually doing your a master's and doctorate, hopefully, at UMKC. And so, you want to tell people a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm planning to move to Kansas City this coming fall and to study with actually this semester Zhou Long for my first semester in my graduate study in UMKC, University of Missouri, Kansas City.
Hmm.
I think that's
Yeah, University of Missouri, Kansas. That's right.
if
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
It's it's okay. Yeah, it's confusing because there's a Kansas City, Missouri and a Kansas City, Kansas right next to each other.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been from that area, and it's really close to the border of Missouri as well. I used to live, actually, was born in Missouri. I used to live there and I visited quite often. And I've been to UMKC as well. I've lectured there and performed there
Hmm.
with Professor Chung Yi. So I think you're absolutely going to love it there. It's a really great faculty. And so now, as a composer, I would like you to just tell us just a little bit about some of the stuff that you're doing and what you're really interested in, and then we'll kind of get into the weeds about your shakuhachi playing.
Hmm. Yeah. So I have a very complicated music background. I started out playing accordion when I was 4 years old, and then I moved to piano soonly afterwards because there's no accordion teacher in the new city I moved to. But
Mm,
however, I really got into like band music, like pop rock music in high school, and that's where the music really kickstart in like my heart, and I started to like take it seriously, and eventually led me to Berklee College of Music for studying guitar and arranging. I was hoping to do more like arranging for pop music concerts and helping my own bands, which is a hard rock band at the time,
mm,
and doing work such as that. But then, like after COVID hit, I was reflecting on my career path and what I really want to do. So I sort of segued my career into like writing concert music and trying to like writing more for like media and concert ROM instead of like more popular music
mhm.
EDM. So yeah, as of now, as a shakuhachi player and composer, I want to do more like um, more works which promote shakuhachi in a way that you know portrayed it as like a musical instrument in a way that is approachable. So I do a lot of pop cover of playing shakuhachi, and I also do like very experimental, very academic work of concert music in
Hmm.
like for like chamber group and hopefully like for larger orchestral projects in the
Hmm.
future.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
think it was a trio or quartet that you wrote recently with the piano. It was a piano, cello,
yeah.
Shakachi, right? And then was there one other instrument or was it a trio?
It was a trill.
Yeah, so that was a very like avant-garde academic piece, and it was very, very good. I was very surprised at the at how quickly your voice as a composer has grown and matured in such a short amount of time. And it was a really enjoyable piece to listen. And then at the same time, you shocked me because I heard your pop rendition, and I think it's not good to call it pop because it's a piece of art. Like what you did with all of the background music and how you shaped all of the digital aspects of it was really fantastic. So I definitely want to have people listen to that, and so I'll have you give a link for that later that we can put in the description to so people can hear
Yeah,
you play.
sure.
And so the thing is I didn't know that you started accordion when you were four. That's very interesting. That's
Yeah,
something new for me. I had to say that, um, but why shakuhachi? How did you get into the shakuhachi?
yeah. So it's very complicated for myself also to ask this question because
Hmm.
I never really got to know. I guess the like reflecting on the reason, the biggest one might be I was I want to like show my dad that oh I can do this that you
Mm.
can't because my dad is a Chinese Xiao player,
Mm.
which uh, led him to access Shakuhachi as well because a lot of Xiao community also like plays or like double Shakuhachi as a thing like in their like bucket list.
Hmm.
So, but at the time, like they like the common understanding of Shakuhachi in the Chinese Xiao community is that it is like it has like more technique and it's like harder embouchure and whatnot to like to even to like make a sound is harder than shell. So like in
Hmm.
that sense, because my dad thought that oh this is so hard and there's no way you can do this. And
Mm.
as a music student in like in college, like the natural thing for me is that oh that's that's not like that's not so hard. It's just
Yeah,
another
yeah.
instrument
So
to
your
learn.
face,
So
yeah. Challenge
yeah.
accepted, Dad. I'm gonna show you up. And well, I think you did. You've done an amazing job up until now, and your father's been very supportive of it too. He's been really
Hmm.
helpful, uh, getting you the right instruments. Uh, getting you to go to different festivals around the world, even coming to Japan to study as well. So it's been awesome to see you also just grow so quickly on the instrument. And again, I think this might be a part of the composition background, but you've really developed your own way of
Hmm.
shaping and phrasing the music, the classical shakuhachi music, as well as the contemporary music.
Yeah, definitely. Hmm.
And you're also starting to teach now, and so you have a couple students. And how are you finding that?
Yeah. So teaching is not always the easiest thing for me because I can get very impatient at times.
Mm,
But I felt like um, teaching shakuhachi is such a different thing from teaching other music because it was such a cultural thing to teach because it is not only involved in like music theory and basic understanding of all the play the right note or pitch, but also you have to engage people in a way that is meaningful to them. So a
mm,
lot of people came to Shakachi because they were moved by the culture or like
mm,
the thoughts behind the instrument. So
Mm.
as a music student, helping them to like play the instrument properly also helps me to like engage with it more like with more like cultural awareness and yeah, simply just to teaching them is also like helping myself to like understand it in a more like sense like logical and like sensible way. Yeah.
And what I love is that also we have one of your students in the background even practicing right now to show that we that you really do have students that you're teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it's wonderful. It's great background music to the whole entire ambiance of you're a shakuhachi teacher, you're a shakuhachi performer, um, and so you're also looking for new students as well. So for those who are interested in taking lessons with
Mm-hmm.
somebody, especially if your primary language is Chinese, Mandarin. Do
Yeah.
you don't speak Cantonese, right?
No,
No.
unfortunately, no.
Yeah. Well, if you speak Mandarin as your primary language, you have a perfect teacher here for you to learn how to play shakuhachi. So, as you're moving on, what are some of the next steps in your vision for shakuhachi? Because Shihan is really like a new starting point. And so,
hmm
what are some of the goals that you have for yourself, and what are some of the things that you'd like to accomplish in the next, let's say, 4 or 5 years as you're pursuing your master's and PhD?
Yeah, so there's couple of things. First of all, I want to write a shakuhachi along like a larger ensemble,
Mm,
perhaps like a shakuhachi concerto-ish thing, which can be interesting to me personally and might be interesting for people around the composition academia world
mm,
to see. That's like the academic goal, whatever.
sure.
And for my Shakuhachi projects, we talked about writing, arranging like Shakuhachi duet for children's songs,
Hmm.
and
And
I've
before you continue, when I give all of my Shihans when they're either right before they become a Shihan or when they become a Shihan, a project that they need to work on for the Shakachi community. And so Haoyu's project is uh, writing simple duets using Japanese folk songs and children's songs.
mhm. Yeah, so I was during the past couple of weeks I was working on that as well.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, and on top of that, a thing that I just got to like think about is that what I can help people to like get access of is I can help people to get access of a lot of tunes that they know very well, but there's no like score available to them, especially in like Chinese children's song and Chinese folk songs.
Mm,
So I'm planning to organize like a series of scores that people can get from me so that they can learn shakuhachi in that way because they already knew the tune.
yeah. And that's actually part of the background of even why we have the folk songs and the children's songs at the beginning of the Shoden book is because those would be tunes that lots of Japanese people would know. It's like learning Mary Had a Little Lamb or
Yeah.
Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes. Any of your basic children's songs that you would learn, the melodies ingrained in you, the rhythms ingrained in you, so you don't have to necessarily think about it. So I think it's wonderful, and I think that that's going to be a really fantastic addition to the Shakachi community, especially to spread it beyond the Japanese borders and get even more people to be involved in
hmm
playing this instrument.
Yeah.
Now, what are some other goals that you have? So you have this short-term goal of or you have these goals on the composition side, writing things that are very accessible and also writing things that are very academic, kind of pushing the Shakachi outwards in both ways, both in the kind of the accessible realm and the unaccessible realm.
hmm
And what else do you have in mind?
Yeah. So that's kind of the continuation of that, like assembling like a bunch of scores
Hmm.
for people. That might lead to like um, a kind of research in like Shakuhachi pedagogy, like
Mm,
how like for example, like talking very simply, how do you arrange these tunes that have like they're in different keys, in
mm,
different like fingerings for people and different rhythm. How can you build them in a way that is logical for people to like grow and learn the instrument? And
hmm,
how can you like teach them in a way that is helpful for people? I think
hmm,
developing a system like that and um, perhaps like associating um, certain techniques with certain tunes and in a certain phase of learning,
mm,
developing like a really like comprehensive thing for people that people can like reference if they at least they can reference as like a thing that, oh, I'm at this stage, I need to do this to develop. I think it's
mm,
very helpful and I want to like contribute more in my own way. Not
mm,
saying that I can do all the works. That
mm.
is not possible in that
Yeah, well, I
realm.
mean,
Yeah.
even when we look into like the violin world or the piano world, right? There's so many different pedagogical methods, etude books, series, and so on, and they all work together. Most teachers they're not married to one
Yeah.
composer or one pedagogue. Rather, they use a bunch of them. So I think absolutely whatever you're going to do because you're a great performer on the shakuhachi and you know what you're doing, you can take that knowledge that you have and your insights and put that out into a sort of a book form or some sort of scores and uh, written material or video material.
Hmm.
And I think that that's going to be really great. And it's going to be super helpful for people to help understand the shakuhachi and enjoy it more and get better at the instrument. So, for people who want to follow you and get more information from you, where can they find you?
So I just launched a Shakuhachi Instagram account
Hmm.
and I'm planning to build a Shakuhachi account on YouTube as well as Instagram and other social medias. I would probably go for Instagram and YouTube as YouTube as a platform for like longer content and Instagram for a platform for like shorter contents and probably more like uh lighter contents
Mm.
in like in its nature. Yeah. So probably this two.
All right. Well, everybody should check out the description below and get all of those details there. One last thing I want to ask you before we go is your calligraphy that you've been doing. So, are you still
Hmm.
working on calligraphy?
Yeah, I have some saying right here with me. So
It-
yeah, uh, it's a ongoing project that will
mhm.
probably be like a lifelong thing.
Yeah, yeah. I love calligraphy. It's very relaxing and well, it can also be very stressful too. But
Yeah,
especially when the
definitely.
when the brush doesn't work with you and you start fighting with the brush. Lots of similarities to shakuhachi.
Yeah,
So, well, how are you?
definitely.
I thank you so much for taking out the extra time to meet with me and do this little interview, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah. See you next week, and I'm happy to be here. Nice to talk to you.
Bye bye.